Today we'll be making pizza dough. Whatever level, we got you covered. The ingredients are the same. The only difference will be the proportion flour to water and time. Of course, there are more advanced techniques that involve making a poolish or a biga. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comment. Here we'll keep it simple. Disclaimer: math is coming. So if you're not interested in knowing the proportions of water to flour and the difference, and you want to just jump in straight to the recipe, then skip the next section. The way we're going to do this math is very simple. It's either you have a hydration of more than 50%. This is where the proportion of water is higher than the flour, which gives you more crusty and airy pizza. Or you can go more flour than water, less than 50%. This is for if you want it to be more doughy, or if you have a pizza party for kids and you're looking for a more manageable dough recipe. Another disclaimer: in this video the metric system will be used just to make everything much more easier. Also, the portions for this will be at 1 kilograms, so depending on how many people you'll be cooking for, you need to double that or reduce that. The 1 kilogram will be enough for 4 adults, and if you're doing it for kids, will be enough for 8 kids. For this recipe, you can either mix by hand or using a dough mixer. I decided to go by hand because my mixer is not big enough for the portion I want to cook for. It would be better to use a dough mixer if you have one. To make the calculation much easier, let's presume that this is 1 kilo of flour. Obviously I have much more than 1 kilo here, but to make the calculation easy, let's say that this is 1 kilo. Since I will be making the adult virgin pizza here, I will be adding again, this is much more water than needed, but since we have 1 kilo of flour, we're gonna go with 60% hydration, so we will use 600 millimeters of water. If it's not for adult, if it's a kid's virgin pizza, then you have to go with less water, about 50% hydration, which is 500 millimeters of water. Since we have 1 kilogram of flour, we will be adding about 4% instant yeast, which is about 40 grams. The amount of yeast will not change depending on the water. It will only change depending on the amount of flour. Side note, the water temperature needs to be at room temperature. No warm water here. The reason will become clear later on during the time that the dough will rise. And don't forget to add to the 1 kilograms of flour 2% salt, which is 20 grams of salt. Now your mixture is ready to come together. The wet ingredients are ready to meet the dry ingredients. Mix them all together, just like that, bit by bit, slowly incorporate them. The reason you want to add the water slowly to the flour is because flours from around the world differ. Some of them might incorporate quickly than others. By adding the water slowly, it will help you judge when to stop adding the water. You will see the dough come eventually. Continue mixing the dough by hand or mixer until it looks like something like this. Cover and let it sit in the fridge for at least 24 hours overnight, or you can go up to 3 days in the fridge. That's why we wanted to use room temperature water in our dough recipe. We don't want to accelerate any proofing. We wanted it to be normal temperature. After about 24 hours in the fridge, this is what you should have: a little rice. Now all you have to do is divide them into 250 grams bowl, and they're ready to use as a pizza, or about 150 grams of bowl for each kid pizza. Thank you for watching the video till the end. If you have any questions or comment, please feel free to leave them below. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel and sharing the video with your friends who like to do a homemade pizza or who have a party coming up. See you on the next video.